Hi, this is Dr. Rao again from Best Surgical. In this video, I'm going to delve deeper into the OpenAI functions of summarization and being able to ask the AI anything about your search result. So let's get started. So today we're going to be searching for non-operative management of small bowel obstruction. Okay. So here you find two functions, summarize your list of results and ask anything about your about your list of results. So let me first filter down to the more relevant studies and then let me summarize this list of results. So recently we have been able to speed up the process of querying OpenAI because they increase the rate at which we can query their APIs. Yeah, so here it kind of presents a summary of each abstract, and the thing is, if the abstracts are very different from each other, it's not going to give you an overall summary. But in many cases, it does. For example, here it's giving you a high overview of the list of abstracts, and also these abstracts are broken up into chunks of a few abstracts, and we send this information to OpenAI in chunks because even something as powerful as ChatGPT is not able to handle a lot of text. The good thing is it gives the PubMed ID as a reference to each abstract. So you're able to just go to just click on that, and it's going to open up in the browser. So you're able to verify that you're on, you're looking at the right data for the right study. And the other recent feature we introduced is that you can basically listen to this text as a podcast. So if you hit on the speak button, it's just going to start speaking out. So if you save this as on the cloud, you'll be able to listen to the podcast from the cloud, and also you'll be able to save the progress of your broadcast. And yeah, so this is about summarization. So ask Jarvis anything lets you ask any question about your list of results. For example, I can say, how has water soluble contrast improved outcomes of small bowel obstruction? So it's much faster than it used to be. Yeah, so if it doesn't find an abstract that doesn't give the information that you need, it's just going to say there was no information in the provided list of abstracts. Whereas in cases where it does find that information, it's able to pick it out. And the AI is pretty smart. For example, it's able to make out gasographene and water soluble contrast because it has an entire context of PubMed in its head. So that way, this is pretty impressive. Um, yeah, I mean, this is actually better than the summary that I kind of created previously, and it's able to give PubMed IDs as references so you can cross check and make sure that it's not hallucinating. So you can do the same thing here. You can save it as a podcast, and you can save the PDF, and you can also listen to the podcast. Yeah. So this is about the summarization. So let me just show you more about how to listen to your podcast. So the podcasts, they work pretty well. For example, when you are navigating in your car or whatever, it's able to mix with that with other sounds that the phone can make. So you basically go to My Abstracts, you click on the file that you saved, and you start speaking. Yeah, it basically works like a podcast. You can fast forward, rewind. You can go to like different places in the different sections of the podcast, and and if you just go back to the previous screen, you're able to resume it where you left it off. Yeah, so this is about the latest features of the app. ChatGPT is just a generative AI technology where it predicts the next letter after the set of words that you feed in. So there is a certain degree of randomness involved in this, and you strongly recommend that you don't use OpenAI and ChatGPT to pull out information about individual articles or pull out a list of studies and something like that. I would not search directly using ChatGPT, at least as of now. Let us know how this works. The other feature that we built in is that you're also able to generate a summary of this summary. And so if you just hit summarize, it's going to summarize this long PDF all over again. And you're able to basically get an overview of your summary. And we're also currently introducing a version where you're also able to ask any question about the text in this PDF. That's coming up in the next version as well. Yeah, so this is a little bit more digestible than the previous PDF file, and let us know how all these functions work out for you, and whether the AI is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Uh, Thank you very much. Yeah, I just realized that the video was not recording the podcast itself. Trust me, the podcast is playing.